My theory is, I think it's pretty right, that radical Islam is a political system posing as a religion. Okay. And so under that, and Dinesh D'Souza has interviewed people who have said this. And so basically the idea is, hey, we'll partner with anybody who helps us achieve our objectives. And then when it's just you and me, then we'll throw you off the building.
Yeah, that's just the intersection. That's just the intersectional hierarchy in this country where it's used as a means of power. I think it's funny because it could, in a lot of ways, if you had more faith in people to actually look into the policies of the people that they're voting for, it could bring to light a lot of the contradictions that come from somebody who is both Muslim and supporting LGBTQIA plus stuff. To ask, well, from what I know about the fundamentalist sect of this religion, that runs completely in contradiction to your other beliefs. How do you kind of come to terms with that? But nobody's going to ask him that question. Nobody's going to bring that up. And he wouldn't need to anyways, because as we know, there's no truth but power. It doesn't matter to them. It's all about using intersectionality, using the oppression Olympics and their identity as a cudgel against the other side.
The oppression, that's good.
Well, also, people are totally scratching their heads trying to figure out, what brings radical Islamists and purple-haired people together. I'm like, the one thing that unites them is they hate the United States as it was.
They hate Western civilization.
As it was before.
They hate capitalism.
Yeah. Right. So it's the one uniting thing is that they just hate what America used to be, and they want to continue to destroy that and drive that into the ground and erase that history. So that's why you get someone that became a citizen yesterday becoming mayor of the most powerful city in the world. That's what happens because his entire platform is predicated on destroying what America was.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
as is many others who were brought into this country en masse over the past 4 years.
Yeah,
that's why I said to have queer liberation, you must apparently defund the police, whatever that means, and whatever those have to do with each other.
Let me break that down for you, Brett. It can be tough. Basically, if you want to have communism, you can't have an armed faction that will stop you from having your revolution.
Yeah,
I hope that helps.
Well, in communist China, yes, it's communist China. One of the tells is that you're supposed to repeat the line of the regime from that week. In other words, if you use last week's talking points, you're in trouble. You got to use this week's talking points. So to your point, it's not. There's no principles. It doesn't have to matter.
That's why I can't keep up with whichever flag the left is running this week. It's too hard to understand.
Yeah.
Did you see Freedom Tunes made a video about this last year? The American Flag Company, they become the biggest corporation in the world because they keep adding different things to the LGBT flag.
I said it's literally me and Seamus were talking about them. I think the whole thing was one big flag company's marketing ploy. They're like, we're gonna do gangbusters if we just keep adding to the flag. And then you go down down where we live. There's two houses that fight back and forth. One of them has he's got a "Don't Tread on Me" mixed with an American flag, and then the guy next door to him has the LGBTQIA plus flag from that month, plus the in this house we believe that blah 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 is real. And then their flags just keep getting bigger until eventually their whole house will just be encompassed by the flags.
Did you hear about the kids that I think this happened today that got arrested in Georgia for defaming?
Yeah. We've got that one.
Yeah.
They tore flags up. They're going to go to jail for it.
Hate crimes.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.